the best of the interviews that I did, the written interviews, are probably in some sense better than the best interviews that I've done here, but it's much more consistent. I'm I've done now 86 interviews in a little over in about 19, 20 months or whatever. I did 41 in 7.5 years written. So I can do a lot more, get it out there. I can do these kinds of interviews with you and other people and have the stuff broken down into hundreds of little filmlets that can put stuff out there. But these are generally sort of like fishing lures, fishing hooks out there in the water that hopefully someone does come along. Maybe some of these people who actually are in arts granting organizations or something that said, this guy needs to be published. This guy needs, Jessica was saying that, I should try to see if I could do interview show on PBS, but PBS would never do it. PBS is where you have fucking Bill Moyers, maybe some cable show company on something, but cable TV is so fucking lowest common denominator. It's not going to work. People don't want depth. But in 50 or 100 years, I feel, for example, that longer works of fiction like Vincetti Brothers or Norwegian and the Family are going to come into vogue because as people's minds are expanded by, say, artificial intelligence enhancements, they're going to want...
And medical advancements.
Yeah, but mostly I think artificial intelligence to actually store the information. But they will want longer things. And I think people will want longer conversations that they can listen to. And I can tell you, I was just listening to one of the people I want to interview is a guy named John Larroquette. He was on a television show called Night Court. He won 4 Emmys back in the 1980s. A terrific actor. I've seen him in other things. I actually saw a handful of his shows on Daily Motion, the John Larroquette show, which came after Night Court. And that the first season, the first 4 or 5 episodes are really good. Then it apparently went downhill. So I'm trying to contact him. I want to do some celebrity interviews, but they're not going to be the shit celebrity interviews where, if I interviewed one of Charlie's Angels or something, I'm not going to, not that I would want to, but if I did, I wasn't going to talk about, what's it like being a celebrity? What was it like working with so-and-so? No, I'm going to get into acting. I'd love to interview Megan Follows. I want to interview this John Larroquette, but his son has a podcast. His name is Jonathan Larroquette with some other guy called, it's some silly, UYD is the initial, something, Yuck Daily or something. And it's a comedy podcast, and it's mediocre. And I've listened to, over the last few months, while I've been home, I've listened to, every so often when I have a little downtime, listen to 5, 10, 20 minutes of some podcast. They're atrocious. They're atrocious. Have you ever listened to podcasts? There's nothing of depth out there. I haven't just, when in the next month or two, I'll hit the 100 mark. I can tell you out of the 100 shows that I'll do, I'll probably have 80 or 85 of them that no podcast has ever come close to doing in terms of the depth.